off your mortgage early. Most financial advisors discourage this idea, but financial guru Suze Orman says they're wrong and that you should absolutely make an effort to do it. Suze, good morning.
Good morning.
They're wrong.
They're wrong.
Why should you pay off your mortgage early?
Listen, once you have a home that you know you're going to stay in for the rest of your life, it is your #1 priority, in my opinion, to pay off the mortgage. Why?
Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. And the largest monthly expense you have happens to be your mortgage. So let's say you have a $200,000 mortgage, 30-year fixed. Your payments are $1,200 a month.
We have a graphic of this.
Great. How much money do you need in a 401k plan to generate $1,200 a month after taxes?
I don't know.
$1,200 a month is $14,400 a year. You need approximately $400,000 in a 401k plan at 5%, generating $20,000 a year that you pay taxes on to pay off your mortgage.
Wait. I gotta stop you. What about taking the money rather than putting it in your mortgage, putting it in your investments?
Yes,
How about that?
okay. If your investments, you put in your investments, and here we are in the year 2000, 2001, stock market is going down, then what?
Okay.
You can't live in a stock certificate.
So it's too much of a risk, you're saying?
It's too much of a risk.
Okay,
So
what
pay
about
it
tax
off.
savings? What about tax savings? We get to write off this stuff,
Yes,
Suze,
but,
right?
So listen, most people only keep a home for 7 years. Everybody knows that. So the banks charge you all your interest up front in the first years. Do you know, after you have a 30-year mortgage, you've been paying it for 20 years, this $200,000 mortgage.
That's the graphic I was talking about.
After 20 years, you still owe $108,000, everybody. There are no tax write-offs at the end of a mortgage, so who cares about the tax write-offs? They aren't there anyway.
Okay, so what should we do? Pay them off. How do we pay them off?
Here's
It's a
the
lot
thing.
of money.
So not necessarily. Let's say your monthly payment is $1,200, like we said. If you just send in an extra $100 a month, take whatever your mortgage payment is, divide it by 12. In this case, it would be $100. Send in $1,300 a month rather than $1,200. You'll take a 30-year mortgage down to 25 years. If you want to send in more, you can. Doesn't take that much
So
more.
you've got a fat month, you put in more. You've got a thin month, you put in less.
Yes, but always keep track of what you put in, because
Why?
you never know when the banks might not be keeping track for you.
But this will help you in the end, because when you want to sell that house, if you live in the house a long time for your retirement, you're going to have a bigger chunk of change.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how it's going to help you. When you retire, you're not going to have to make a mortgage payment, so you don't need as much money in your 401k plan because you paid off your mortgage. And by the way, if you're strapped for cash after the age of 62 because you paid it off, you can do a reverse mortgage.
Wow, so double thing. There's a double benefit then.
That's right.
Okay, also then, what happens if you pay off your mortgage before you retire and then you decide?
Well, then you get all the money. Listen, I don't know one seriously wealthy person that buys a home and has a mortgage. I don't know one. Do you know that you only get a tax write-off for the first $1 million? If you buy a $3 million home and you finance the whole thing, you don't get to write off all $3 million of the interest. You only get to write it off on the first $1 million. So wealthy people, they buy their homes outright.
So why is everybody else telling us that we don't need to do this? That it's a good thing for our Why are they saying that?
Because, in my opinion, most financial advisors will tell you you are far better off taking the interest deduction and taking that money and invest it. And if you invest it with them, guess what? They get to make their mortgage payment.
Okay, we're getting the honest proof from Suze Orman.
What else is new?
Okay.
That's what we do.
That's what you do.
That's what I do.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.